My second documentary idea is to do wives' tales and folklore, like investigating how truthful they are, and if any of them actually are true or work, such as like carrots give you better eyesight or cheese gives you nightmares and just other things like that. Some wise tales aren't really well known, so I would probably do an interview with the target audience first to see what they know, so I don't have to give them wise tales that they're like, no, I've never heard that before. I'll do most likely very common ones and ones that are quite interesting to actually find out. But the documentary mode would be participatory mode and the expository mode, as I would probably do voiceover of the research I have done, as well as doing maybe a few experiments and interviews as well with other people saying, oh, what does this work? What in cheese might give you nightmares? Is it the dairy or something? And like how truthful things are, and then at the end of the documentary I would like conclude it all to say if it's true or false, or if it could maybe be true, if it's not a solid answer. I think this would appeal to the audience of the 18 to 24-year-olds and pretty much everyone, as wives' tales and folklore has been passed down through generations constantly. Even though they might be different wives' tales, it would be quite interesting for anyone to find out if these are actually true, as it's just one of them things that ponder on someone's mind saying, oh, cheese gives you nightmares, I won't eat cheese before bed or something like that. But yeah, I think that would do good for the target audience. The only limitation I could have is that the wise tales ain't really known for some of the target audience, but that's just a hit and miss with the choice of wise tales I choose. But I'm going to do a questionnaire before to find out what would be most common, so I get more audience involved. I won't assume at all that the viewers know what the wise tale is, so at the start of the documentary I would have to explain what the wise tale is, where it originated from, and just explain what is meant by it. And if I can get an interview with an expert on these topics, I might get them to explain it instead, as it will give it more of a realism tone and make it sound more believable for the audience. As well as if I have stuff such as do the cheese one, I might get like a group of people, so like half of them eat cheese before bed, half of them don't, and see if they do have a dream, if it was a bad dream or a good dream, and just like give a short conclusion over a small experiment. But yeah, that's it.
How would you keep it like intriguing with the audience? Because I know that loads of us know about like wives' tales and stuff because our parents were like, don't do this, don't do that, but a lot of people just don't believe in it, so they just ignore it. So how would you keep them intrigued to watch it?
I think at the start of the documentary I would give it more of a reason why they are believable. Like, oh, it can be true because of this and that and this, and then in the second half of it I would be more like, it can't be true because of this, that and this. But then I'll give a conclusion if it's true or not at the end. And I'll just keep it more engaging using lots of dramatisations, such as like research music, where it's like Sherlock Holmes type thing, and just give it more of an investigation-y type of feeling instead of just a facts and figures documentary.
What experts would you be consulting with?
Mainly people who, I'll probably interview parents and people who actually know the wise tales, just to say if they believe it or not, just to give like a vox pops on that, as well as giving I'll go hopefully find some experts who know about wise tales, who are experts on the topics, like someone who might be an expert in actually knowing all the folklore and what it originates from and what it means, what it originally means and why they believed it, and just get like an expert's opinion on the topic of the story to make it more believable.
How like involved will you get? Because you're doing the participatory mode, so you'd have to get involved.
The way I would probably get involved is more like going around giving the questions instead of actually taking part in any of the experiments or stuff like that, because if I'm doing the research it would look a bit biased if I was doing the experiment saying, yeah, I had a nightmare so it must be true.
Yeah.
So I would keep it quite distant, but I would be interacting directly with the participants of the story.
What about locations? Would you just be mainly filming at home? Or?
No, I'll probably go out and about, like to locations that fit with the theme. Like if I'm talking about like dairy products and that, I might, even though I'm not talking directly about farming, I might go to a farm where cows are a cow field, just to give it a bit more of a atmosphere to the thing, as well as I think a lot of the documentary might be graphics and different pictures and video archive footage that would just like add together for the research.